This psycho officer pulls the pin on a grenade and casually tosses it into the crowd. Grenade! The soldiers scramble to get away, but one scrawny little guy doesn't hesitate. He throws himself right on top of it.
Get away! Get back!
But the grenade never goes off. That's when he realizes the grenade was a dummy. Soon they move on to the second test. The officer tells the soldiers, fresh off a 200-kilometer run, to grab the flag from the top of the flagpole. Whoever gets it first gets to ride back to base with the gorgeous agent. The soldiers all rush to climb the pole, but they're completely gassed from the run. Plus, the pole is completely greased up. No matter how hard they try, nobody can make it to the top. Eventually, they all give up. But then, that scrawny little guy calmly walks over. He pulls the pin out of the base, the pole drops to the ground, and just like that, he grabs the flag that nobody had managed to get in 17 years. His name is Steve. He hands the flag to the officer and rides off while everyone watches in pure envy. During World War II, HYDRA's leader, Red Skull, leads his troops into a church in Norway and finds the Tesseract he's been searching for. He plans to harness its power to build the ultimate superweapon. Meanwhile, to fight back against HYDRA, the US launches a massive recruitment drive, and this scrawny little guy, Steve, he's actually Captain America. Yeah, you read that right. He's one of the recruits. The examiner takes one look at his tiny frame and stamps him rejected without a second thought. To take his mind off things, Steve heads to a movie theater. Some guy in the front row keeps running his mouth, annoying everyone around him. Steve can't just sit there, so he tells the guy to knock it off, but that earns him a beating in the alley out back. Steve grabs a trash can lid to defend himself, his very first shield. And then he says that iconic line,
I can do this all day.
That's when his buddy Bucky shows up and teaches the punk a lesson. At this point, Bucky's still just a regular soldier, and the two of them are thick as thieves. That evening, they head to the World's Fair together. The guy with the mustache on stage, that's Howard Iron Man's father. He's showing off his latest invention, an anti-gravity hover car. While everyone's glued to the stage, Steve's eyes are drawn to a recruitment poster on the wall. You can see how badly he wants to enlist, even though he's already been rejected 4 times. With Bucky's encouragement, he decides to give it one more shot. So he heads to the examination center, and that's where he meets the man who will change his life forever, Dr. Erskine. The doctor sees something in Steve, a spirit that refuses to quit. He decides to give him a chance. And just like that, Steve finally enlists. He lands in the best unit there is, and even gets a shot at the super soldier selection. But standing out among these elite soldiers seems nearly impossible. A cargo net the others breeze through is a real struggle for him. His fellow soldiers mock him for being weak, and people are constantly messing with him, kicking down obstacles to throw off his training. But none of it shakes his determination. He proves himself through his actions, small in stature, but brave and clever, and with that, he earns the right to become the super soldier. That night, Dr. Erskine comes to see Steve and tells him he's the perfect candidate for the experiment. See, the super serum has a flaw. It enhances your body and strength, sure, but it also amplifies who you really are inside. Put simply, good becomes greater, and evil becomes worse. But the procedure itself is far from easy. It's pure agony to endure, and there's a real chance of failure. But Steve doesn't hesitate for a second. I can do this. On the doctor's signal, 2 devices lined with needles are plunged into Steve's arms. Then 6 vials of super serum are slowly injected into his body. It's uncomfortable, but not unbearable. But that's only the beginning. As Howard fires up the machine, Steve is sealed inside an experimental chamber. As the energy pours in, the chamber starts glowing with blinding light. But when the energy hits 70%, agonizing screams come from inside. The doctor rushes to shut it down, but Steve yells at him to keep going. When the energy reaches 100%, the entire power grid blows out, and the machine finally stops. But there's no sound coming from inside the chamber. Did the experiment fail? But when the chamber slowly opens, everyone in the room is absolutely stunned. The skinny little beanpole from before has transformed into a chiseled Adonis. Through sheer willpower alone, Steve endured every bit of it. Even the men can't help but stare at that physique, let alone Agent Carter, who literally can't keep her hands off him. But just as everyone's celebrating, danger strikes. An explosion shatters the moment of joy. A HYDRA mole steals the last of the serum, and Dr. Erskine is fatally wounded. The spy breaks through and escapes. With his dying breath, the doctor taps Steve's chest, a reminder to stay true to who he is. And just like that, Captain America is born. Meanwhile, Carter is in a fierce showdown with the spy. She takes out the driver, slowing the spy's escape, but the spy hijacks a taxi Cap aims the plane straight into the Arctic ice. He's going down with the ship. Over the radio, Cap says his goodbyes to Peggy.
You're gonna need a rain check on that dance.
But before he can finish, the signal goes dead. Fast forward 70 years. The legend of Captain America still lives on in every corner. And the man himself wakes up in a hospital bed. Nothing around him looks familiar. He runs out into the streets, completely overwhelmed by the modern world. None of it feels real. Heavily armed agents quickly surround him. The man stepping out of the car is the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. He tells Steve the war ended a long time ago. Steve realizes he's been asleep for 70 years, but he doesn't have time to process any of it. All he wants is to find Peggy and keep that date. But when he finally finds her, Peggy is a frail old woman. She waited for Steve for 70 years. After a long, emotional conversation, Peggy finally remembers him.
Steve. You're alive. You came back. It's been so long. So long.